Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Radar for Rasslin Studios. Friday Night Smackdown. Got two takeaways from the show. It was an okay show. We have some interesting developments in the whole Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Jey Uso, Edge stuff going on. Match announced for Fastlane. We have a new gimmick for Apollo Crews and his new heel gimmick. Bianca Bel Air makes her decision for Wrestlemania. It was pretty obvious, but we got that. We got a couple things to get into on with two takeaways, but appreciate you guys for tuning in. Before we jump in the video, I remind you guys, drop a like on this one. Comment in the comment section below what you guys thought of SmackDown. What do you guys think of Roman Reigns and his situation with Daniel Bryan and Edge? Bianca Belair making her decision. What do you think about Apollo Crews' new gimmick, his new shtick? What do you guys think of that? Let me know in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys for commenting and growing the community. I'd like to hear you guys' opinions, what you guys think of the current product and what's going on. Also want to hear your predictions of what's going to happen at Fastlane, at WrestleMania. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of all that. If you're watching and not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Notification bell when those new videos drop. Social medias, you already know what the story is with that. Let's jump into it. Two takeaways from Friday Night Smackdown. Friday Night Smackdown started off with Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, coming out talking about Edge. This is interesting because now he's saying, remember, he told Edge that you have to acknowledge him as the main event and choose him. Now, after Edge speared him, pointed at the sign, made his decision, he's saying he's giving Edge a chance to back out. I didn't really like that. I didn't like the fact that he kind of went back on that. I think he should just kept course with the way he was going. He should have been excited and feel fine about Edge picking him because that's what he wanted in the beginning. Just because he got attacked by Edge doesn't mean he has to turn back and not, be part of it. He's saying he doesn't want to hurt Edge or Edge as a family. I don't think they should go down that route. I think they should just keep it the way it was. Edge made the right decision by acknowledging him is what he should have said, and he's gonna get the main event that is the proper main event of WWE because Roman Reigns carrying the company is the face of WWE. It made more sense to do it that way, so I don't like to backtrack a little bit and kind of changing a little bit. But he got interrupted by Daniel Bryan. This is takeaway number one. You can see the two in the ring. Obviously, what happened at Elimination Chamber 2 weeks ago, it was, Bryan won the Chamber. Then he has the match with Roman immediately after. Quick end-up match. It's pretty much a throwaway. Made the Chamber kind of useless. First for Edge to come in and do his thing. So I thought that was kind of a waste of time. But he comes out here and demands a match at Fastlane against Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Interesting choice. I think this all would have been better if it would have been Cesaro instead of Daniel Bryan, who won the Chamber, lost to Roman. You could have done the same fashion, I guess, and then give Cesaro the championship match at Fastlane. Edge is upset by this later on, talking about how does he get the championship opportunity before Edge does at WrestleMania, and he thought it was going to be a tag match, Jey and Roman versus Daniel and Edge at Fastlane. So the match is if Jey would attack Daniel Bryan after this. So the match is if Daniel Bryan beats Jey, he gets this match at Fastlane. I thought it was fine, a segment. Obviously Roman Reigns, everything he's doing is so great, but the fact that he kind of went back a little bit on the fact that he's giving Edge a chance to back out because he doesn't want to hurt him. I don't know. I feel like that's overdone. I felt like the fact they could have just kept that way, and it's Roman's stake to claim, making his stake, his claim that the fact that he is the main event, the main guy, is Edge made the right decision. So I didn't really like the way they backtracked a little bit on that and changed that up. But you have Daniel Bryan being in there. I don't really care for Daniel Bryan to be in this spot. Like I said, I wish it would have been Cesaro instead. Cesaro won the Chamber. That would have been the better option for Cesaro to win the Chamber, have the match against Roman, and then get his match against Fastlane against Roman for the championship. I think it would have made a lot more sense. It would have been better for Cesaro. And I just think it would have been a better spot for him. He deserves that spot. I'm dropping the video soon of WWE how they wasted Cesaro, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, I just felt like that was pretty much it. I don't know, the yes thing, I don't know, it's not really there anymore, so I don't see the point of having this match. But we'll see what goes down. I'm not a huge fan of the way the whole thing went down, but you get Bryan versus Uso in the main event. But that's takeaway number one. Next thing on the show, you had Rey and Dominic Mysterio taking on Otis and Chad Gable. There's issues last week. Otis attacked Rey afterwards, hurt his ribs. So the match happens. Otis and Gable get the win here, defeating the Mysterios. It was a solid match, but they're continuing to build Otis and Gable as the new heel tag team. So we'll see how they go in the tag team division. That's what you want to do, is continue to build tag teams. I like Rey and Dominic as a team, so I think they should keep him and give him a few wins under the belt and maybe continue this feud. But let's get to the next thing on the show, and it was Apollo Crews. This is takeaway number two because Apollo Crews has a new gimmick. He turned heel. Remember, he dropped the steps on Shinsuke Nakamura last week. He's having a match against Shinsuke Nakamura this week. He comes out with new color scheme to his gear, Nigerian color flag colors. So he's playing that gimmick. Obviously he's from Nigeria, descendants from Nigeria. He talks about his grandfather being a king and all that. So that's his new gimmick for as a heel. He's embracing his heritage, and I guess that's a heel thing. But we'll see. He's saying he comes from Nigerian kings. Obviously his grandfather, wealth, dominance, and power. And then he would end up having the match against Nakamura. He would win the match against Nakamura. I don't really know Nakamura's future going into WrestleMania. Maybe he gets into a multi-man, match for the IC Championship. Could be a possibility there. I want to see Nakamura do something important at WrestleMania, but it still remains to be seen what Nakamura is going to do. But it's all about Apollo Crews. He's a heel now. It's a good look for him. It gives him. I guess the fact that it's a kind of a heel because he's talking about kings and dominance and wealth and stuff like that. So I guess it's kind of a heel persona for him. But he's embracing his culture, which is cool. And the fact that it gives him more to play off when it comes to his promos. He's able to delve into different realms when it comes to his promos and try different things just because he is a heel. So he has a little bit more leeway than being a babyface in terms of what he can say, what he can get away with. Then, he has the heritage and stuff to fall back on and kind of play off of that. So it's a lot of different pieces he can add into the character, into his promos. I think might help him out in general because he's in the strongest promo. I think the fact that he has all this stuff behind him now and he's more stuff to pull out of the bag, I think it's going to help him and make his promos a little bit more well-rounded. They may not ever be great, but I think they might come off a little bit better, more concise, and maybe he'll have more conviction because it is his heritage. So we'll see that probably play out a little bit more. We'll see him going against Big E probably at WrestleMania most likely. Again, it could be a multi-man match, it could not, it could be a straight up singles. We'll see what happens with that, but he gets the win here, so maybe they'll continue to build him a little bit more, getting some wins under his belt. I kind of want him to do a lot more heel tactics. He did a little bit here when he used the scarf in the match against Nakamura, but I want him to do a little more dastardly things. I don't know, maybe they'll eventually have him gain some inheritance from his Nigerian heritage money wise. So maybe we'll see some of that. Maybe he'll walk around with suits or something like that. We can see there's a lot of different things they could do again, I said, and I think it'll help him out what more well-rounded character, especially in the promo section. But that's takeaway number 2. Next thing on the show, we had Liv Morgan versus Tamina Snuka. This tag team kind of thing still going on. Riot Squad and Natalya and Tamina. Snuka gets the win. Nobody really cares, to be honest with you. It's kind of a waste of time right now, so nobody really cares. Next thing on the show, Bianca Belair is making her choice. We all knew who she was going to choose. She all knew she was going to choose Sasha Banks, which obviously she did. She chose Sasha. She got interrupted by Reginald, which I still don't understand the Reginald thing. He's here. It's kind of like a James Ellsworth thing. I don't know what's going on with him and Carmella, but he has a thing for Sasha Banks unless he's trying to play it out. I don't know. He's planning something. Who knows? But he comes out. And then Sasha comes out, and then there's the announcement that Sasha will take on Bianca at WrestleMania. We knew it was going to happen. Kind of a convoluted way to go about it, but we all knew it was going to happen. It's the match that should have happened. It's the match that's going to happen. It's the right match to do. Asuka's Asuka's title run has been kind of disappointing. We all know there's probably going to be a switch there, most likely on Raw for that Raw Women's Championship, having to do with Charlotte Flair, maybe Rhea Ripley. But Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair at WrestleMania makes sense. Reginald, I don't really like the shtick he's got going on right now, the way he's implemented himself into the storyline. And what happened to Carmella, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. They drop Carmella maybe. I see on the show Street Profits versus Sami Zayn and King Corbin. King Corbin and Sami Zayn are a team now, but Sami Zayn with his camera crew, King Corbin is not a fan of it. This would cause interference in the match. He would be outside. Big King Corbin get distracted by the camera guys, fight with them a little bit because he doesn't want the cameras on him, and then that will have the Street Profits beat Sami Zayn in the ring, and we're eventually gonna see a multi-tag team WrestleMania match. We all know it's coming. It's gonna be like 3 or 4 tag teams in a match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. We're gonna see it. We all know what's gonna happen. That's just part of the game. With them in WrestleMania, they want to get everybody on the card, and we'll see that same thing. Next thing in the show, Seth Rollins comes out, and he's talking about Cesaro. He gets interrupted by Cesaro, and then he tries to get Cesaro to join him by kind of trying to appease him and apologize for what he said about him and what he did. In the end, Cesaro ain't having it. Gives him the Cesaro swing, which I thought was pretty entertaining the way it came off because, Rollins had the mic on him the whole time, so I thought it was interesting. It's gonna be a good match, Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. It's gonna be a Mania match most likely. It's something for Cesaro to do. I don't know if he's gonna win it though. Be honest with you, they like to do this a lot with Cesaro. Again, I talked about a lot in the video I'm making about Cesaro and how WWE has wasted him. It's episode 3 of that series I got of current and former stars that WWE's wasted. That's coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Again, this might be another situation where they give him a match and it just kind of there's not much there. I mean, I don't think much is going to come from it, to be honest with you. I'd have absolutely no confidence that WWE will ever push Cesaro the correct way and give him a shot at the championship, especially with him being on the same brand as Roman Reigns. So that happened. It's most likely going to be a WrestleMania match, like I said, and we'll see what happens going on forward with that. But let's get to the main event. Daniel Bryan versus Jey Uso. The match is going down. It's a solid match. Obviously, Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan are really good in the ring. We all know that. It ends in a double count out, right? Fine. Here comes Roman. He beats down, Daniel Bryan, puts him in the chokehold, and that's it. That's the way it ended.
Bryan's helpless, defenseless, nowhere to go. Daniel Bryan locked in the clutches of the Universal Champion.
It ended. We don't know what's going to happen at Fastlane. Most likely, it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, whatever. It kind of it was left in limbo after the show because of how the way it turned out was a double count out. So you never really get much of a thing there. Maybe they'll go with the tag match. I doubt it. It looks like they're not going to tease the singles and then go with the tag. So it looks like the tag's not going to happen. The singles probably going to happen at Fastlane. Bryan versus Reigns for the Universal Championship. I think it's a spot, again, that should have went to Cesaro, but whatever. Then what do you do with Bryan after this? Like, what does he do going into WrestleMania? So many things that could happen. There's just so many people on the roster, not enough spots to fill in the card. It's a 2-night event, but we'll see what ends up happening. Just a lot of interesting things that are going on here. I'm not sure if all of it's great, but again, the match isn't set for Fastlane, but most likely it'll most likely happen at Fastlane. Bryan versus Reigns. Not something I'm super excited to see. I think it's a redo of 2015's Fastlane. I think it was the same match. So we'll see that happening. Edge didn't really do much else afterwards. He might get involved in that Fastlane match. We'll see what happens. But guys, that's the video I have for you guys today. 2 takeaways from Friday Night SmackDown. It was an alright show. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the whole Roman Daniel Bryan match happening. Are you guys in favor of that? Do you agree that Cesaro should have probably been in the situation? What do you see Cesaro doing at WrestleMania? If he's gonna face Rollins, do you see him winning, or what do you see him doing after that? Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of all this. Edge, Apollo Crews. Just let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of what's going on SmackDown right now. Some new news for you guys. Actually, talk about Cesaro video I'm making. On Sunday, I will be dropping a live stream at 1 p.m. Eastern time, reviewing Super Brawl 8. It's WWE pay-per-view. It was a fan request. Somebody hit me up on Facebook about it. Nick on Facebook let me know he wanted me to review that. So I'm gonna have me and 2 other guys show. Jonesy Chats Wrestling will be on there, and and I believe Nonstop Wrestling Chat will be another guy as of right now who will be on there with us. The 3 of us will review Super Brawl 8. So stay tuned for that. You get alerted when that drops and when we go live with that. So a little tease for you guys in the future. If you guys do have anything you want me to review, a classic show, it doesn't have to be super old. It could be a year ago or something like that. You want me to just review it, and a group of us will review it. Let me know. Hit me up in the comment section. DM me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever you guys want to do. Let me know if there's a show you guys want us to review, and we'll do it. I'll be taking requests of reviews for classic shows. So let me know in the comments again, or in a DM what you guys want us to review. But that's the end of the video, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. Remember, for this work, but I'll do the job.